Well, you thought we could have an offseason where things could just relax in the coaching carousel. No, not a chance. That's not how it's going to work here in college football. Hi, I'm Yogi Roth. Welcome to this YouTube channel. We're going to dive into the most recent change in major college football. Chip Kelly, late last week, decided to go to Ohio State to become their offensive coordinator in the Big Ten. And now fellow Big Ten school UCLA, of course, was looking for their new leader, their new head coach. And today they announced DeShaun Foster will be the next head coach for the UCLA Bruins. And I'm a big fan of this hire. You look at the timing, and it was awkward, right? It was completely um, outside of the traditional window of when coaches get hired, get recruited, interviews happen. So this one was a little unique, but I think they landed in a really healthy place, hiring one of their own. I think when you look at the landscape of college football right now with NIL, the transfer portal, this 30-day window that opens up when there's a coaching change like there is now for UCLA, the number one priority, of course, was getting the right individual for the job for the long term. But you had to factor in, how do we maintain and keep this roster intact? You hire one of your own, a guy who totally understands what it's like to don this uniform. I mean, he's in the UCLA Hall of Fame, one of the greatest players to ever play football for the UCLA Bruins. And knowing DeShaun Foster, his experiences in the NFL as a player, remember, he was recently with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now he comes on back to run this program. I think that he's going to hit the ground running. Number one, I'd imagine there'll be a lot of continuity among the staff at UCLA. Two, this is a team that has won games. It's not as though they haven't been to bowl games in the last couple of seasons. It's a very healthy culture. Been around that program probably as much as anybody in America. Their former head coach, Chip Kelly, would allow me into the team room. I'd be at practice. And this team had a camaraderie that looked championship worthy. I mean, yes, they didn't get to championships. They had not won a Pac-12 championship since the Pac-12 expanded. But this was a culture, I think, that was really healthy. So now you add in DeShaun Foster as the leader of this culture. You look at the staff that's there or the new additions that he will eventually add to this staff. And it's a program that can hit the ground running entering the Big Ten. Look, it's already late in the calendar. Here we are in February. I'd imagine spring ball is going to start within a month or so. But you got a guy who was on the staff as of about a month ago. So he knows the inner workings of UCLA. He understands their NIL collective. He understands what the portal is and this era of college football. So it's not as though there's any sort of learning curve for DeShaun Foster, the new head coach for the UCLA Bruins. So overall, when you look at Martin Jarmon and the leadership group at UCLA, I'm a big fan of this hire. You hire a guy who understands this place. And I think in this era for UCLA entering the Big Ten, you got to have somebody that's truly going to fight for your university, really can understand the red thread that goes through this university, understand where all the people are, where the donors are. He can walk into any room and he's going to get a standing ovation because of how he played there at UCLA. Now he's leading this program into a dramatically different era than one it's been in before. So given the timing and the circumstances, I am a big fan of DeShaun Foster. And I love the fact that he got a shot to be a head coach. I think we've seen very often head coaches get recycled pretty regularly in college football. I understand why. I'm a big fan of guys getting their second opportunity if it doesn't work out the first time. But there is nothing like an assistant coach getting their first shot to be a head coach. And that's exactly what UCLA has in DeShaun Foster. I think he hits the ground running. His temperament is incredible. His energy will be infectious. The team, I've been told they're absolutely in love with this hire. I'd imagine the culture at UCLA not only sticking together, but getting stronger with the new leadership of their new head coach, DeShaun Foster.